Hey y'all, this is Dina. Welcome to my channel. I am back tonight with a pretty much a requested tutorial. There are so many people that have made comments. They want to know how I made my chicken. He's my chicken pincushion. So I thought, while it's fresh in my mind, I will go ahead and I will go ahead and make one. So anyway, yeah, he's pretty cute. He served me well. I've had him a few years. So let me just quickly show you what you're going to need. You can make your chicken in any size that you want. And I'm going to use 9 by 9 squares. You need 2 of them. Then for the beak, you're going to need a square. And I measured mine at 3 by 3. And what I did is I went ahead and I ironed it. Folded it in half. I ironed it. Then I folded this in half and ironed that too. And that is how I got this right here. Okay, so you're going to need that for the beak. Then you're not going to need a strip. And this is, I cut this one 3 by 5. You can make these as long as you want. Iron that in half as well. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start. You're going to see how quick and easy it is. So I want you to take the beak. And you're going to put the seam, the raw edges, it's going to be pointed toward the outside because you're going to have to flip it inside out. So I'm going to put it up about an inch from the top. This is going to be my top. And then you're going to also need to put the fabric that you cut for the back, the hairy part on his back, or the fringe. You're going to put that over here. Now you can choose to put it where the raw edge is out, or you can put it with the fold side is out. I'm going to put the fold side out, so therefore I need to lay my fabric with the raw edges on the outside, because that's where I'm going to sew. Put that in the center. Get your squares lined up and pin this. Make sure you pin your fringe and your beak in place. I'm just going to put an extra little pin over here. Just make sure I keep them all lined up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to sew. We're going to sew from here, back stitch at the beginning, over here to the corner, and sew all the way down here. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to do. So let me just move you over here and show you the machine. Okay. Okay, so I think that since I've got it pinned this way, I'm going to start at this end. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with the edge of my fabric, line my presser foot up. Go ahead and take out that first pin. Gonna sew. When I get down here close to the beak, I'm just gonna hold the beak in place with my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and use the down feature on my machine, and then I'm gonna pivot and go over here to this other side. And sew all the way down to the end. Okay, so now let me show you what we've got so far. Okay, so now if I flipped him inside out, he would look like this. There's his beak. That's where we'd put his eyes, and that's where we put the fringe. Okay, so now we're going to sew on the underneath here again, so flip him back out. And you don't even have to flip it back out at that time if you don't want to. Okay, so on the side where you put the beak, you're going to go down here and you're going to sew about about halfway down your fabric. Backspace or back stitch at the beginning there. Okay, and then I'm going to leave an opening. So I just take it and I drag it open. I'm just going to leave an opening there because that's where we're going to stuff him. Well, this one's pink, so I guess it'd be a girl. Okay, back stitch. Go all the way to the end. Okay, and when I get to this end, you're going to take out your fabric. Okay, so now you've got 3 sides sewed, and you've also got left this opening. So what you need to do now is you're going to take your fabric, the open end, you're going to take it and you're going to fold it. It's going to look like a big gigantic sour cream pack. And you're going to line it up with that, with the seams. Line up the seams. So now you've made it go the opposite way. You can pin this if you want, but just keep your seam lined up. And then you're going to sew across the whole bottom there. I'm going to back stitch just so I know that it stays in place. It won't come out. You can flatten out your seam if you want. I don't really think it matters. This is just a pincushion. And then just sew all the way down. You're almost done. How easy is this? Okay. Now, I'm going to take him out. We're going to flip him inside out. You don't even have to trim your threads if you don't want to. Okay, let's turn him inside out. And we will have the shape for our chicken. We'll trim up his little fuzz when we're all done stuffing him. Okay. Poke out your little corners. So now he's going to look like this. This is how you got that shape. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to stuff him through the hole, and then when I get down to almost the very end, I'm going to add a little rice at the end so it makes them heavier. Okay, so let me get some stuffing. I have this old bear. I've made bears before, and this was my grandson's, and I guess he just did a number on it, and it got so torn up, and he wanted me to fix it, but I don't think it's fixable, so I reuse the stuffing. The stuffing costs dollars, so if I can reuse, I will. So let me just reuse some of the stuffing for Mr. or Mrs. Chicken. I think I might call her Lucy. Lucy Chicken. No, maybe not Lucy. I don't know. I'll think about it. My mama needs one of these too. So make sure you get all these corners poked out and get them all stuffed. Get her all stuffed really good. Okay, so I am going to finish stuffing her. And when I am done, I'll come back and show you how I close her up. Okay, y'all, so I got my chicken all stuffed, and I'm got my opening here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stuff her with a little bit of rice. That makes her a little heavier at the bottom. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. I'm gonna use my funnel here and put some rice down in my chicken. Rice just gives it weight, so it will sit up all the time, won't be falling over on you. I'm just kind of moving it around to get all the rice that I have. Yes, I have rice in my craft room. Still got it from when I did my cell phone things. Okay, you can put as much rice as you feel you're gonna need. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I got my rice. I think I've spilled a little bit. It's all good. And now I'm just gonna take a straight pin. I'm gonna hold it closed so I can thread a needle really fast and slip stitch this closed. So let me get a needle and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, so got my needle and thread, and yes, I'm using a big eye needle, kind of a bigger needle, but it helps me to be able to see what I'm doing. I'm gonna pull the pin out that was holding all my rice in, and I'm just gonna start by going underneath my fabric, and I'm just gonna start doing a little stitch all the way across just to close this up. It's one thing I'm glad I have a machine, because I don't really like to hand sew. People that embroider by hand, God bless you. You have more patience than I would, or cross stitch. I have no patience for it. I don't know, it just takes too long. I want to whip my stuff together a little bit easier than that. It takes too long. So I got so many well wishes yesterday, y'all, on my video, after my video, telling me I hope you feel better, and I'm feeling much better today. Went back to work. No headaches all day, so that's a plus. I like that. So hopefully I'm on the mends. But thank you so much for caring and telling me how you hope I feel better. Thank you so much. Y'all are awesome, every one of you. Okay. A little bit more to go. And then we'll finish her up. Told y'all this chicken was so easy. I'm gonna have to draw some little dots for her eyes because I don't know what I did with my wiggly eyes. Probably when I'm done with this, I'll probably find them. What am I kidding? I probably won't look for them because I don't use them much. I know I have a whole jar full. I just don't use wiggly eyes very much unless I'm making bears. But the bears I make are big. They're big, big, big. Okay. One time, let me just tell you this, y'all. Okay, so I'm tying off my thread. I got to the end of my thing. Let me tell you this. Okay, so 2 craft fairs ago, I did that one on 4th of July. Oh, I'll never do that again. Not in Texas. Anyway, I had made this bear, and it was kind of like my mascot. Yeah, I could feel that. Anyway, it was kind of like the mascot of my booth. And anyway, I had put the bear up there, and I sell my bears, and they're huge, and so I sell them for at least $45. I've sold quite a few of them. But anyway, I had this lady come up to me, and she wanted the bear, and so she did a different kind of thing, and she asked me, "Do you want to barter with me?" And I told her, no. I said, that bear is for sale, because I really didn't care for the items that she was selling. And so I was like, no, I'm sorry. She came back several times. She wanted to do a trade with me. And I told her, I said, no, thanks. I said, I think I'll take my bear home. In the end, I did bring it home. I ended up giving it as a gift, so. But anyway, I thought it was kind of funny that she wanted to do a swap with me, something in my bear for something she was selling. So, anyway, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to use a marker and draw some eyes on. You can use felt, whatever you like to do. See if I can at least try to get the eyes even. Wiggly eyes are much cuter, but this girl, she's got to see. So I'm just going to give her some little drawn on eyes for now, since I can't figure out what to do with my wiggly eyes. Okay. Okay, so you got your chicken. The only thing you have left to do, she's got a weird shape right now, is all this right here. You want to make it look like fringe. So I'm just going to take it and just cut little strips about 3/4 of the way down to make the little fringe or the hair looking thing on the back of the chicken. I've seen it where people use like feathers or whatever to put back here. You can use anything you want. This is just the way I do it. So there you go. You see I got the little fringe and there she is. Now, little blue chicken has a friend. Looks like the friend is larger than blue chicken. So anyway, there you go, y'all. That's how I make my chickens. And actually, too, when I sewed this one, you can sew this upright or down. It doesn't really matter as long as you have the beak. It doesn't even really matter. So anyway, but yeah, that's how you make the chickens. Isn't it cute? Now I have an extra pincushion on my desk. Well, anyway, now Mr. Blue Chicken has a friend. Okay, y'all, well, I hope that you like this, and I hope that, yeah, for those people that were interested and know how to make it, I hope you'll make yourself a few pincushions. You can make them in all sizes and shapes and colors, and you could quilt them if you want, and yeah, look how good she's doing already. Give her some pins, because that's what she's for. Anyway, but there you go. There's the chicken pincushion. I hope you like it. Okay, y'all. I will see y'all later in my next video. Bye, y'all.